Creality sent over their new SparkX i7 printer for me to check out. And today we're gonna see what it's all about, see the unboxing experience, the first time setup, how easy it is to use, and what kind of prints you can expect from this. But first of all, let's get it out of the box. Very nice tip right here. Please keep this box, and we also have a QR code with the unboxing guide, which I'm gonna scan right now. First thing, we used scissors already to open up the top lid. Now we're supposed to remove the top carton option. First, I see here the build plate. I'm gonna set it here. Next, we have a quick start guide. Also set it aside. What looks like the filament holder for one spool. And the box of tools and accessories. Next, according to the guide, we're supposed to pull this foam straight up. So we grab it by the two sides and up it goes. Following up, we're supposed to take out the CFS light. This product will come in 3 versions. This is the one that has the CFS light included, which is their multicolor system. Put it right here. There's another piece of foam towards the back with another box. The piece of foam that was holding the CFS, and finally the printer. As per the instructions, we're gonna grab it by the top extrusion and pull it straight up. And set it on the desk. Let me readjust the cameras to continue the unboxing. Okay, let's continue with the unboxing experience following the tutorial from the QR code. So the first step is to remove the Z-axis tape, which is right here and right here. Okay, and the cardboard here securing the tool head. This was super easy to remove. And the last piece here, I'm gonna need a scissor. Cut off the zip tie and remove the cardboard. Now we need the H2 key from the accessories box, which is the small one here. And with the smaller Allen key of the two, we're supposed to remove these 2 orange pieces holding on the gantry. And they have screws on the back. I have to say, so far, the unboxing experience is being really easy. Everything was nicely in place. The instructions are on point. I didn't have any questions along the way. I knew exactly what I needed to do. And even these overmolded parts supporting the X gantry make it feel like a very premium and upper class printer, which I like very much. Let's continue. Now we're supposed to remove the tape holding the heat bed in place. And the final one in the front. Really easy. And even though this tape was super easy to take off, it held the bed very secure in place in transit. It didn't go anywhere, and that's a very, very good sign. Now we're supposed to take off the print plate, which is in this separate box here. More like an envelope. There's a convenient rip pad here on top. And then the print plate just slides out. One pro tip from my end is to make sure that the bed is clean before you attach the print plate. So no debris or any pieces of cardboard or pieces of tape get stuck in transit. So I'm just gonna wipe it down really quick, make sure it's clean. So with the notch towards the back of the printer, we align it, and then it should just snap in place. I'm gonna keep following along with the quick start instructions. And next seems to be installing the PTFE tubes, which are in this big accessories box. And we have one for the spool holder. And we have a set for the CFS light, which is what we're gonna use. So I'm gonna unbox this one. And the end with the 5-part clip goes into the printer and the other go into the CFS. So I'm gonna attach these. The empty notch here at the front should go and hold the cable of the printer. So I'm gonna orient that towards the back. Make sure all the PTFE tubes are in. Push them down and then clip the cable. And now we attach one end to each of the CFS outputs. They go in really nice and easy. You don't need to use a lot of force. Speaking of the CFS, let's remove the tape from here. And the peel from the front. There's also a peel on the inside. Let me go ahead and remove that as well. Okay. And there's a bunch of tape saying remove before use, which is exactly what we're gonna do. Cool. There's a latch here on the front, making it super easy to lock it, make sure it doesn't go anywhere. And let's continue with the instructions. Next, the CFS 6-pin cable, which I saw earlier in the accessories box. So let's remove this one. The right angle part goes into the CFS. And the straight part goes here on the left side of the printer. Next, we need to connect the printer to power. So we're gonna take the included power cable for our area, in this case Europe, plug it in the rear of the printer. And then to wall power. And we turn the printer on. There's another peel on the screen. I'm gonna remove that. And lastly, we need to bring the screen towards us. It's a bit stiff in the beginning, but just make sure you only rotate it on this axis and it should snap in place. I'll change camera angles a bit again to bring you in closer for the initial setup on the printer and load some filament into the CFS line. Okay, let's continue with the setup process. I'm gonna go ahead and choose English as the language. It's asking us to confirm that we removed the transport brackets in orange. We go hit next. Make sure the inside of the printer is clear, which it is. I have to agree to this. We're gonna skip this for the moment and skip the account. I'm gonna connect this later. And it's gonna do a self-check, which is gonna take around 10 minutes. I'm gonna start this and take this opportunity to actually load some filament into the CFS light. These are the colors I'm gonna use for the CFS. So we have white, this sort of neon baby blue, neon yellow, and of course, black. I'm gonna go ahead and load these now into the CFS light. I wanna show you this because it's super cool and super easy. You just slide the filament in and just guide the filament and it just feeds it automatically. You don't need to push anything, you don't need to tell it anything, it just works, which is amazing. close the latch, and that's it. Super easy. Let's check on the printer. And it looks like the self-check is completed. That was super fast and super easy. By the time I put the filament into the CFS, the printer is already done with the initial setup. And here we have the welcome screen. Awesome. The filaments that I put in the CFS, out of all of them, only the black one had the RFID tag. So the CFS slide could actually read it and know what color it is. The other ones we just have to set up manually, which you go to Edit, Brand, Creality, Color, the second one is yellow, type Hyper PLA, that's okay. Third one, this one is blue, again from Creality, and it's this baby blue, okay. And the last one is again Creality white, Hyper PLA. Okay, good. Now it knows exactly what filaments it has inside. Everything is out of the box, set up and calibrated. I can honestly say that was the easiest and most painless setup process I've ever had with a 3D printer, and trust me, I have a few under my belt from all different brands. I think from start to finish, this couldn't have taken longer than, let's say, 20 minutes at most. And with the follow-along guide for the unboxing, this was a breeze with clear instructions. I'm confident even younger people can handle this no problem. This printer is really made for everybody, from young kids to aspiring creators or experienced do-it-yourselfers. During the calibration process, the printer did a bunch of vibrations, leveling, accelerations to make sure its internal algorithms are aligned with this specific SparkX i7, and I expect nothing less than a smooth, detailed first print. Speaking of which, I have to use the famous benchy as the first thing the i7 will create. If you are not familiar with it, this is a small boat that somehow became the industry standard in benchmarking 3D printers for speed and print quality. So I'll start it now as it already comes preloaded on the i7. And while this is printing, we can talk more about what makes this printer special. In my opinion, it is a combination of multiple features that put together make the i7 an easy choice. It doesn't matter if you want to give this to a kid in hopes to get him hooked on 3D printing, or why not even later maybe 3D design, or if you're a student looking for a no-hassle tool to help you out with your accessories needs, or maybe you're an aspiring maker and you don't know what to choose for your first 3D printer. All these target audiences are different, but somehow the i7 caters to all of them. It all starts with the setup journey, where Creality simplified everything, making it fast and easy to have this printer on your work desk in no time. Then, the calibration process, as you saw, is automatic. All you need to do is just push a button and the printer will do the rest. There is no need to bring out that old piece of paper. Automatic leveling is here and it's precise, accurate and on point every single time. Finally, starting a print was never easier. Right in the slicing software, there is an extensive library with hundreds of thousands of models you can choose from, and it's only going up from there. All the settings are tested and prepared for you. All you need to do is choose the model, send it to the printer, and that's it. Easy. Another feature that is super useful and highly appreciated is the AI failure monitoring. It uses this little camera to detect any failures along with other sensors on the printer, and it will stop the printer if there's anything wrong. People that woke up to a bunch of spaghetti will know why this is so important. Let's talk a bit about the CFS light now. This is Creality's multicolor system, holding up to 4 colors, obviously. This unlocks a whole new side to 3D printing that really lets you unleash your imagination. No more painting after the fact. You can have up to 4 colors in your print straight from the i7. Compared to other models available for a similar price point, the CFS light is enclosed and it has temperature and humidity readings. So if you throw a few packs of desiccant inside, it will also keep your filament dry, so you are ready to print anytime. And it supports all the filaments that the target audience of the i7 would want to print, like PLA, PLA silk, PETG, PLA carbon fiber, and even more. Last feature of the printer I observed just now is this light bar here that is not only cool and RGB addressable, but it also shows you the progress of your print. So right now, because we're in the beginning, it only lit up just on the left side. You'll see it progress later. Now that it started printing, you can hear that it's almost silent. There is no noise from the motors or the drivers, and the only fan you can hear is the hot end fan cooling the part that is getting printed. that is also smart adjusted, so it will ramp down when needed, easily on the same sound level as an office, a dorm room for example, and by no means is it loud. I will let it keep printing and I'll be back with you after the benchy is done so you can check its quality. While the printer is doing this initial test print, I want to show you the Creality slicer that you can use to prepare models and send them to the printer. So first of all, in order for you to get access to remote printing and controlling the device from your computer, you'll need to sign in with your account and connect the printer to Wi-Fi, which we skipped in the beginning. I told you I'm going to do it later. First tab, we have online models. This is basically a library of models Creality have available for you. And there's everything here from book signs to vases to fidget toys. A lot of cool and interesting stuff. So you don't necessarily need to know how to model anything. There's a very big extensive online library of models. If you need something, you can just search here for it and 95% chance they already have it. For example, cookie cutters, easy. See, it's right here. Let's say I want to find some keychains. I just select keychain here and we have a bunch of cute options. Let's click on this mountain one. We have here printing information, but you also have an option to just download and open, and it will automatically open it in the Prepare tab here. Looks like we have two versions of this keychain. Let's get rid of the smaller one, and the bigger one we can scale a bit down. Proportionally. There we go. This is basically your print plate that you saw on the printer. This is the front, this is the back. And with this command, we can just orient it. We can rotate it. And if we grab this handle and use these lines here, it will snap to 45-degree angles. So let's set it like this, so it's going to be visible on the camera. And you don't need to know almost anything, you just hit slice, and the slicer is going to do everything for you. Of course, you can zoom in, and you can check the progress layer by layer. And if you want, you can adjust more settings. Like for strength, we can change the infill to gyrate, for example. We'll need to reslice it. That's super fast. And now we see the pattern on the inside is changed. Also on the left side here, we have some information like the printing time. It's going to be 21 minutes. It's going to use 5 grams of filament and 1.7 meters. Once we're ready to send this to the printer, we just hit send print. I'm going to select the printer. We already get a live preview of what's happening, telling you that the printer is working already. We can choose the color in which we want to print. Let's say we're going to use black. And of course, if you have a CFS light connected, you're going to have the option to check it here. Or if you're using the external spool holder, you just check it here. We have the CFS light, so we're going to choose that. There's also toggles here to stop doing a print calibration in the beginning, but I recommend you leave it on. That way we're going to get the best quality prints. And it's also going to record a time-lapse video for you. This is super easy, intuitive, and friendly to beginners because you don't basically need to change anything. You just choose your color and you can start the print if the printer is idle. Another cool option that I like is you can just send it to the printer. So now it's going to be in the internal memory of the printer, and I can start it later from this slicer or from the mobile app. Right now it's printing a benchy. Of course, this is the first thing that we print with a new printer, and I'm going to show you the quality of this later, and then we're going to print this keychain as well. Okay, so our print is done. Let's see how this benchy turned out. Bed adhesion was super good. And if we take a look at this, the details on the bottom are super nice. Around the side of the boat, everything is on point. What about the inside? Looking good, looking good. And the chimney. Everything looks perfect. And this is honestly the reason why you want to get a printer like this. The SparkX i7 is ready to go right out of the box. After it does its own initial calibration, you can expect to get high quality prints, super fast, and with no intervention from your end. For me, who came from old printers that you need to assemble yourself, this is such a breath of fresh air. You don't need to tram them in, square them in, worry about alignment, none of that. It just works right out of the box and it produces great prints. So now, because we already sent the file to the printer, we can just go here. Under local, we'll see the keychain we sent earlier. Go ahead and hit next, choose the color, which is black, and just hit print. It's that easy. The SparkX i7 will now load the black PLA that we selected, do an initial purge, and start printing. We'll check out the quality after the print is done. It looks like our small mountain keychain is printed. So let's check out the quality of it. It looks just amazing on all sides. Look at this print quality. Super good. Super good. Okay. Finally, I did a multicolor print. Of course I had to. I usually don't print multicolor, but the SparkX i7 made me think, why not? And so I chose this piece. It uses colors I already had loaded up in the CFS Lite. Of course, as with all multicolor prints, there will be a purge tower and some waste filament. These are necessary to ensure the color swap was thorough and there is no color bleed. Another feature of the Creality Cloud app is the Cube Me section within AI Make Now. This is super cool, and I did not think a few years ago we could reach this level with AI. You need to simply upload a picture of yourself, and this will create a miniature version based on the picture. What's even cooler, it tells you the filament colors that are closest to your pictures, so you can purchase them and get an accurate model. Once the colors are selected and the print sliced, you can send it directly to the printer from your phone, and the SparkX i7 takes care of the rest. Because there are a lot of color changes here, this print will take a while, but we can check out the beginning of it. So the print finished successfully. Let's remove the prime tower and the model itself. It's super easy to remove if you just bend the build plate. I'll remove the supports and we can check out the quality of the print. And with the supports removed, we can see the print quality is very good. All the color transitions are accurate. There is no real color bleed to be seen. There is a bit of overhang here under the mustache, but that's normal. And if you look very in detail around the eyes and the eyebrows, there is no color bleed. So although the purge material was a bit excessive, it served its purpose and there is no black showing under the skin tone. So what do you think of the quality of these prints? Personally, I'm impressed with how far 3D printers have come in the last few years, especially for this price point. I already have a few more things in mind to print for around the house, useful stuff like paper roll holders, towel hangers, and so on. If you had one of these, what would you print first? Would it be a benchy? Or you already have something else in mind for this printer? If the i7 lit up the creative spark in you, you can purchase one at the link down in the video description. Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe for more tech videos just like this one. See you next time!